What you're now about to hear is a preview to the upcoming web series, The Overzealous. A place where a group of individuals come together and talk about things that greatly matter to them. And we do hope you enjoy.
Watching last week's game of Alex Smith playing, who did he play last week? Packers, okay? It is an elite team, right? So now...
What do you mean elite team? What do you mean elite team? They're 0-1.
No,
now they're 1-1.
Like elite team since the past few years. They just won the Super Bowl.
They lost 3 out of their last 5.
Yeah, but they're a pretty good team though.
They were 13-0. Go into Kansas City, lose to Kansas City. Kyle Orton led Kansas City Chiefs. Kyle Orton signs with them 4 days before the game, and they lose. Why are you stuttering, nigga?
Why am I stuttering?
Yeah.
Because you're not letting me speak. That's why.
All right.
Okay. So listen. Okay. So you watched him last week. He played a pretty decent game. Do you see him improving?
What's decent? What's your definition of decent?
Decent, like he.
Let me give you an example of what I want from my quarterback.
But,
Pittsburgh and Peyton Manning.
No one's gonna be a Peyton Manning.
It doesn't have to be Peyton Manning. Matt Ryan. What about Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan was number 3 overall. Alex Smith was number 1 overall. What does Matt Ryan do? Throw for 300 yards, 4 TDs.
That's only last game. Though.
This is something he's been doing. He's been outplaying Alex Smith consistently for the past 3 years.
No, he's not.
Consistently. Look at
okay,
this.
But then, okay.
Show respect, nigga.
Okay, listen. Okay.
Say that again.
Show respect, nigga.
13-3.
13.
Yeah, what about last game? Okay, the past 6 years. He's been QBing for 6 years now.
Who?
Smith. Alex Smith. Okay.
He's been okay.
6-7 years, whatever it was. Okay?
All right. You don't know how many years he's been QBing.
He didn't have a good coach. He did not have a good coach.
He's had some pretty good coaches in my opinion.
Well, they all.
Mike Singletary can get anyone fired up. I mean, he took his pants off. Mike Singletary.
Come on, bro. That guy sucked. Okay?
Jim Harbaugh is an amazing coach.
Yeah, he is amazing coach. He didn't have that.
So you're saying he's a crappy player who needs a good coach to succeed?
Yeah.
That's essential. You've proven my point exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Can't he become elite? What if the whole team was unstable? Even the defense.
All right, see, again, the word elite. Everyone calls him elite. Joe Flacco's like, I'm elite. Eli Manning's like, I'm elite. What is elite? Top 10? Top 5?
Okay, would he become next 3-4 years, would he become a top 10 QB?
I mean, it depends what you define as top 10. Do I think he can go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, because Frank Gore can run it 40 times.
Do you think but then he threw over 200 yards last game.
This is the second time he's done it in the past 2 years.
But then that's basically right when he got a good
look.
coach, right?
The issue with the Niners was last year, the defense played at a level that I've never seen since the 2000 Ravens.
Even last game was pretty awesome.
But what you have to understand with the Niners is they took everyone by surprise. They stormed to the NFC Championship game. For them to win the Super Bowl, there was never a better opportunity than last year. Yeah. Now everyone's on the lookout for them. They beat the Packers at Lambeau.
Yeah.
They've never done that.
They've never done that
since Steve Young.
Yeah.
Steve Young's never done it, actually. Joe Montana did it. Steve Young in his whole career never did it. Jeff Garcia in his whole career never did it. All the Niners QBs that came and gone after Joe Montana, no one could defeat the Packers at Lambeau. So it's insane.
Doesn't that say a lot?
What that says is Jim Harbaugh is an amazing coach, right? And the issue is that when your defense plays at such a high level, allowing minuscule yards per game, forcing so many turnovers, I mean, you just can't have that every year. It's just impossible. Your defense can't play that high. That's why my biggest regret in the NFC Championship game when everyone was like, oh, Niners are a contender for years to come. No, they're not. Packers were 15-1 last year. Giants took care of them for us. Yeah. We thought we had to go to Lambeau. Yeah. We don't have to go to Lambeau. Yeah. It was at home and we lost. So it was just utterly depressing because in the playoffs.
Alex Smith right now was in the same NFC Championship game last year. Would he be able to win that game?
No.
Are you like
absolutely? He won for 13 on third downs. 13 on third downs.
You don't think for 3-4 months off season he did not?
All he's been doing is saying he's been crying all off season. Oh, you went for Peyton Manning. What about me? I'm cool guy. Sign me to contract. That's all he did. Cried like a little wuss. Didn't do squat. He threw for 2,000 yards. He's like, oh, I'm Tom Brady. I threw for 2,000 yards. Oh. Everyone's throwing 5,000 yards, 4,000 yards. He didn't even crack 3,000 yards.
Let me break it down for you. Let me ask you a smaller question.
A smaller question? Seriously. All right.
Okay. So now, like, he did practice with Jim Harbaugh. He did go to LA or somewhere and got practice for his the way he throws and all that.
No.
This offseason.
His throwing motion was never an issue for him.
But then he did. He did.
What you're talking about is, but when Harbaugh came in, there was a lockout, so he got no practice with the offense.
Yeah, but then now he did, right?
Now he did,
right?
yeah.
So do you agree that he improved because of working with Jim Harbaugh?
No.
Alex
Smith.
Is there a possibility? We still haven't seen him throughout the whole season, but is there a possibility that he didn't improve because of working with Jim Harbaugh this whole season?
Possibility, yes.
Right?
But the issue is he's not. I disagree.
Well,
I completely disagree.
Why do you disagree with that?
A quarterback is what he is. As what's his face said, the Arizona Cardinals coach, they are who we thought they were. And we let him off the hook, right? Like, I mean, he is who we know he is. He's Alex Smith. He can maybe throw for 250 yards. He's going to maybe throw for TDs on his best day, but he's going to have a couple of hits
so
here and
now,
there.
how would Alex Smith prove you wrong?
Alex Smith will prove me wrong by throwing for 250 plus yards every game. I want him to carry the offense. Frank Gore has been carrying the Niners for the past near decade, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing back. I mean, this guy reminds me of, he just sparks so much like reminiscence in me when I see him. He runs like the greats of the past. Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, go on and so forth. So Frank Gore is such an asset, right? And everyone knows Frank Gore is coming. Every week you play the Niners, who are you game planning for? You don't care about Alex Smith. What's he gonna do? He's not gonna do squat, right? So the issue is that you don't game plan for Alex Smith, right? Tell me why Alex Smith went 1 for 13 on third downs in the NFC Championship game. What was that?
Okay, so now
They didn't run the ball on third downs.
The red zone was pretty good last game. The red zone offense was pretty good last game against the Packers.
Well, red zone offense when you run the ball, obviously. But you're avoiding the question. You're avoiding the question, though.
What's the question?
The question is, we went as an offense under Alex Smith leading our offense, being the point guard of the offense, 1 for 13 on third down against the Giants, against the 9-7 Giants. Giants were amazing, don't get me wrong. 1 for 13 on third down against any opponent is unacceptable. No one has had such an embarrassing performance in an NFC championship game or AFC championship game. It's just, you don't do that.
I understand
right?
that. I understand
that. To me, and if Alex Smith was so good, the biggest point is, why did Jim Harbaugh go after a 36-year-old injured Peyton Manning? Why was he the first one? Before Denver, before Tennessee, before Seattle. Why was he the first one? You don't understand. That's the problem. Why was he the first one to go to Peyton Manning?
Okay, Dr. Dre. I agree with you.
Dr. Dre!
I don't care if you agree.
Dr. Dre.
I know you agree. Because I know I'm right.
I agree with you, but do you...
I know I'm right.
Okay, I know
Duh.
you're... Yeah, okay.
Don't tell me stuff. It's obvious.
Okay,
we know this.
listen,
Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Dre, okay?
Dr. Dre?
Listen. Okay, so now... Does he have
Talk with me with some respect, nigga. Learn the game.
I'm sorry, Dr. Dre.
Yeah, you take that back.
Yeah,
continue. Now you can continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, we are. I agree he sucks, but...
You agree he sucks. So, I mean, the point is proven.
I agree he sucks, but
Yeah.
do you believe he will be able to
He's
win a Super Bowl?
He's an 8-year veteran. By now, we know what he is. It doesn't. I understand. I feel sorry for him. I can cry for him and be like, "Oh, he's had 7 different offensive coordinators. Well, I'm sorry. You know, it's tough. I get it. I know." Him and Jason Campbell are the same. Jason Campbell, in my opinion, is a starter caliber quarterback, but he's a backup in Chicago right now. Why? Same issue. He's had a different offensive coordinator every year in Washington. Now he's gone. Now he's a backup. Alex Smith is destined for the same thing unless he steps up. He has no excuses anymore. He has Vernon Davis.
But okay,
Randy Moss.
Okay, Dr. Ray. So now, unless he steps up, would he step up now? What do you think?
He's not gonna step up. He's not gonna step up.
Why do you say that?
He's not gonna step up. I have doubts they can even win the NFC West.
Now that was just a preview. The real show is just about to begin. So please, do subscribe.